Okay. I think we're good this time. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, oh my god, everything tonight has gone to hell. Hi! Now my fucking webcam's turned off. Oh my fucking god. This is actually a piss take, man. Why the fuck is my camera turned off? Right. Is this working yet? Holy shit, man. What an absolute pain in my ass tonight has been so far. Like, everything crashed out just now. Stream Elements decided to shit the bed. So it reset everything. So I had to reset up all the stream and every single bastard thing that came with that. And then my camera turned itself off in VTube Studio, so I had to duck out and do that again. And oh my god. It's enough to make a man want to just, like, smash his face into a mirror sometimes. But hi. How are we doing? As before, welcome to NOexistenceN of Morphean Paradox. Forest of Silver Shallots. I'm not going to give the whole blurb again because I've already done that once and I'm kind of annoyed now. So, if you don't mind, we're just going to play some games and try and have a good time. Alright? See how we go with that. There's no continue. There is only new game. But settings. I wanted to have audio. Oh, there's only... It looks like there's only... Last time we had Lilith with Japanese voice acting, but it looks like this time I think there's only Chinese voice acting, which will be a bit different. I think. Right, okay. Let's hope that this actually displays this time. Because the problem we had last time was that it started moving things around on the window, and it didn't translate into the window capture. I've had to go to display capture, which is never a good option. So, you know, we'll see how we go. There's not much else we can do. I mean, if it doesn't work properly, I'm just going to abandon tonight and just, like, go cry, I suppose. I really kind of need a chill out after today at work, but whatever. Okay. Let's give it a try. Oh, thank goodness.
在这无上无下、无光无暗的世界里，我们就像是水草一般，或是继续漂浮，或是在某个随机的时刻，与另一片随机的水草相遇。
Okay.
然后，现实的碳酸外溢。 堆积起无数名为幸福的气泡，而在气泡破裂飞溅之后，又还有什么东西能够留存下来呢？
Always so philosophical as Lilith.
但如果是你，如果是我们，不再是轻轻的离开，也不再是重新翻开第一页。 或许所谓的永恒，便是那一页页我们一起翻过的时光，便是此刻，你找到了我。现在，我完成了我的约定，
Did you say my name?
你也完成了你的约定。
Nanda.
那个词怎么说来着？哦，对，双向奔赴。 不要害羞啦！既然是一次新的开始，那总是要有人来破冰，不是吗？
I mean, yeah, I guess. Sorry, bear with me a second. Oop, there we go. Okay, I just had to pull myself up a little bit.
我都非常感谢你迈出了这一步，也正是因为这样，我们才能在此相遇，在这里，在这个银葱之森。
Okay.
而从此以后，你还会迈出第二步。那时候，我将陪你一起跨过世界的边界。不过现在我还不能给你透露太多，那毕竟是一份礼物，我可不想它失去原有的惊喜感。之后你就会知道啦。说起来，我们也该准备启程了呢。
We're going, are we? Okay. You seem a bit different from before.
也许是吧。过了那么长时间，我们都有些变化，不是吗？既然你在成长，那么我当然也会成长啦。不然怎么追逐互相的脚步，齐头并进呢？
Okay.
难道说你觉得我不够可爱了吗？
Oh no, Lilith super kawaii des.
是我做了什么让你觉得我不够可爱的事情吗？或许我可以试着变得更加可爱一些。
Maybe. She stood up and did a little twirl and gently sat back down. Now she looks even more adorable. It's just the two of you here, so if you think she's cute, well, she definitely is. So you watch her stand up, do a little cute twirl, and gently sit back down. Now she looks even more adorable.
没有了那些家具们，我们再也不用试图说服谁啦。总之，我们现在变得可爱了。
Yes. Okay. I don't have any questions, Lilith. I already know you.
既然这样，那我们就先放空思绪，享受此时片刻的宁静吧。
My head.
你还好吗？
Am I okay? I don't know. I'm fine.
没事就好。世界已经重塑完成，我们也该启程了。
Okay.
那我们迎踪之森再见。
All right, let's go. The heck?
陛下，他们攻进城内了。
Whoa. Okay. I sit upon the throne. This throne, built of obsidian and twisted iron bones, is as cold as a coffin. You feel like a specimen pinned upon it. No, you are pinned here.
用这个样子出现在这里，觉得很意外。
A little bit, Lilith, yes.
这里还是迎踪之森，
Oh.
我好不容易才把你留了下来。
Okay. What's it saying? That's not something a demon lord should ponder. You feel a wave of dizziness as if the entire hall is trembling slightly. The patterns on the stone pillars beginning to twist and warp. Fortunately, as your loyal subordinate Paimon bows and speaks, the eerie voice vanishes along with the world's anomalies. You immediately turn to your role, the demon lord Rahabet of the Demon Castle.
士兵们的抵抗已经无法构成有效防线。
Woo. Hagasi then impatiently swung his sword, the massive blade carving a whistling arc through the air.
让我去碾碎他们！
As their lord, you should make some gesture. Very well, Hagasi.
我并不需要你在选择之间挣扎哦。
Oh?
什么都不用想，交给我吧。
Okay. And so your words bypass your mind's folds and twists, sliding into your mouth.
一些不知死活的蝼蚁，我亲自出手。
The voice rolls out from your throat, deep and majestic. Paimon nods slightly, the corners of his mouth curling up with satisfaction.
陛下的决断，就如同诗篇中预演的那样英明。
Hagati lets out a disgruntled grunt, but eventually steps aside, his greatsword striking the ground with a dull thud. You rise from your throne. This body is massive and heavy. You feel an unfamiliar power pulsing deep within your veins. Like a second heart, yet not in your chest. It doesn't belong to you, and your body finds it equally foreign.
感谢我吧，你会用到它的。
Okay, Lilith. Okay. You walk towards the direction of the adventurous assault. The torches lining the corridor flicker as you pass, casting twisted shadows. Hey, Loven. Car's not too bad. We had it in the garage yesterday. We've got it fixed now, so yeah. Big relief. Big relief. Ooh, that was an unpleasant thing to... Excuse me, to find. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. You hear distant battle cries, clashing metal, exploding magic. At this moment, who knows how many of your soldiers are being slaughtered by the adventurers? Ow. The massive gates ahead burst open, shattering your thoughts. Flames and smoke flood the corridor. You see those shadows. A magic swordsman wielding a rapier, electric arcs dancing in his hand. A girl bearing a massive scythe, her gaze as cold as ice. A traces of the demon race, yet with a gentle and resolute expression. A small researcher with several magic turrets floating around her. A ranger lurking on the outskirts, ready to strike at any moment. And that one in silver armor, unfathomable, and the presence holding the whole team together. Your chest suddenly tightens. You know him well.
不对，
Oh? Wrong? You know him.
不对，
You don't understand what he's saying at all. Suddenly the other party stops and turns to face you, blocking the light. You don't know him. Your knowledge of him is limited to a rising star among the humans. Regardless, he grips his sword and walks toward you. And you, Demon Lord Rahabet, are about to face this fated battle.
魔王拉哈贝，
Hello. Before the armored swordsman could close in, the scythe-wielding girl was already dashed to the front like lightning, purple flames burning on her blade. Her eyes are filled with hatred. That hatred, so real it almost makes you believe you truly committed some unforgivable sin. But did you? You can't remember. A stray dog who can't even protect her own country and people. I'm far above you. Calm and confident words flow from your mouth. She is cute, yeah. You gonna go to the mines? Enjoy, enjoy. You whip out your massive tail, striking the shaft with her scythe and blocking her slash. Then you grip the scythe shaft tight and hurl her, body and all, through the air. The girl's body slams heavily into a distant stone pillar with a dull thud. She coughs up blood but immediately props herself on the scythe, taller than herself, her gaze even more manic. So her name is Callan.
我亲手杀了你，
Okay.
为了我的臣民，为了所有逝去的人。
Subjects. You suddenly look around. The Demon Lord's castle, once a place of solemn grandeur, has become a living hell. Monster and karmic creature corpses lay tangled like scattered puppets, painting the floor with patterns of still warm crimson. Are they also your subjects? In the instant your mind wandered, Callan's flickering figure vanished from where she stood. The next moment, a deadly glint of cold steel came at you from the flank. Sensing the killing intent, you jerked your head aside and barely dodge. Callan fall back, stick to the plan. The armored swordsman's voice rang out and his command immediately reined in Callan's emotions. She gritted her teeth, her figure flickering once more as she retreated to the flank. Just as your intelligence indicated, that armored swordsman is the command tower of these adventurers.
我会用你的灵魂
Oh,
喂养我的幻影。
I mean, you can do. I won't object. The former Demon Lord gently strokes her birdcage and tangible shadows pour forth from within, coiling towards you. You took her place among the karmic and enacted the opposite rule. Yet she spoke not out of hatred or resentment, merely stating an established fact.
背叛种族的无耻之辈，你的血脉正为你感到羞愧。
You scatter the shadows with a swipe of your claw, dark magic exploding in the air. Yet immediately after, chains lash out, trying to pin you in place. Fuoco, hold him down. Sartre, wait for my signal. The armored swordsman issues orders while charging you. His movement's not flashy, but every step lands in the most optimal position. You raise your talons to counter. Claws met blade in a shower of sparks.
收到，目标锁定。
All of these are white-haired anime women. This is heaven. This is the best place to be. I'm surrounded by white-hair anime women. Chef kiss, 10 out of 10. Copy that, target locked, she says. The petite researcher shouts excitedly from afar, the magic cannon beside her adjusting its aim towards you, yet holding fire. She is waiting. Waiting for a captain to give the signal. I'm having to assume to take another swig of this energy drink. I'm dying. Holy shit, man. A scholar from Veritas. Why dabble in such murky waters? What does slaying me have to do with your scrap metal tinkering?
哼，你这没有先知之友的家伙，很难理解吧？你就当自己是个，性能绝佳的实验材料，为我的新发明贡献最后一点价值好了。
A true friend? Now. The moment his order rang out, Sartre's turret erupted with a thunderous roar. The beam tore through the air, striking directly at your face. You raise your hand, a black barrier unfolds before you, but this is only a feint. Callan's figure bursts from your blind spot like a phantom, her scythe aimed straight toward the back of your neck. At the same time, Fuoco's chain sprang from the ground, coiling around your ankles. Under the armored swordsman's command, they executed this complete tactical maneuver. Your tail swept wide, forcing Callan back. Then your claws tore through the chains while the barrier blocked the bombardment. Such tricks were far from enough to deal with you. Has Japanese and Chinese dubbing? Chinese only, as far as I can see. I mean, the game only came out last week, so... the original did have Japanese dubbing, but I think it took a while to add it in. And I think this has got a lot more voice acting, so... I'm pretty sure it's all Chinese. I was going to say standard Chinese, but then I was like, hang on, aren't there like 16 different varieties of that language? And I don't know, like, dialects? Is that the right word, I guess? Once his commander was eliminated, there would be nothing but scattered sand. Whoosh. A magic arrow shot toward the empty space 3 bone lengths ahead of you, forcing you to halt abruptly and abandon your attack to avoid being pierced.
可惜了。
The armored swordsman didn't respond. He'd seized the moment, lunging forward to slash at your chest.
逐梦者，你什么都做不到，只能看着你的同伴死在我的手下。
You roared furiously, raising your other claw to block the blow head on. The sound of metal clashing against horn was deafening. At this moment, a flash of silver light struck from the side. It was that seemingly elegant magic swordswoman. It's Lilith! Lilith's rapier spun in her hand before thrusting fiercely, not at your vitals, but at the very claw blocking Morphean Paradox's blade. The rapier pierced through your palm.
什么？
Having landed a strike, the magic swordswoman pressed forward another step, then slammed her armored shoulder hard. Lilith, well done. The armored swordsman withdrew his longsword, using the gap created when Lilith knocked you back half a step to swing fiercely at your other arm.
休想！
You thought you heard JP? I'm pretty sure it's just Chinese. I haven't heard anything that I would have identified as Japanese yet. There definitely wasn't an option to set it to JP only, which that was in the first game. You could choose like what language did you want the dub in. This one did not have that option at this point. But I mean, this is early access, right? This is still early access, so it's probably going to come like when they've got enough to do that, they probably will do. You blocked the strike with your tail, then reversed your free arm and smashed it toward Morphean Paradox. He raised his sword to block, attempting to deflect your force and counter with a redirected blade. Lilith threw her rapier and spun gracefully, slashing at your chest with astonishing speed. You had no choice but to raise your injured claw once more, meeting a storm of strikes head on. Clang, clang, clang went the trolleys. Claw and blades clashed several times, each sword strike heavy with force, each claw making the air hum and tremble. Green Callan flanking from both sides, Fuoco bind his tail. The command was issued once more. Left, right, behind, attacks coming from every direction. The hardest to deal with were the armoured swordsman and Lilith attacking from the front. One agile and unpredictable, the other powerful and heavy. Their coordination was flawless. Lilith together. Caught off guard, you took their combined attack head on. Scales shattered, blood gushing forth. You staggered back a few steps, wiping your palm across the wound. The sticky sensation and warm stench of blood brought an unfamiliar dizziness, yet the fighting spirit and ferocity in your eyes only intensified.
我说过你会用到它的。
Oh?
你欠我一句谢谢。
Okay.
啊，不过现在你也没法那么做。我会记下的。
What's Lilith up to?
恭喜你们，激怒了我。可笑的计谋、配合、友情、牵绊。
This is kind of a bop.
知道为什么我不需要这种东西吗？
That pitch black power began to boil within your blood. With a flick of your hand, the blood you had just wiped transformed into a pitch black arrow, hurtling towards the annoying ranger. Before the expression could fade from his face, his head burst open with a wet pop like an overripe watermelon. Red and white matter splattered across the wall behind him. Ugh. Green. The armoured swordsman watched in disbelief as the headless corpse crumpled to the ground. The sudden turn of events made each of them hesitate for just a moment. I just noticed, actually, like, this crest almost looks like the, it's a 10-pointed star, but it almost looks like the Chaos Emblem. Leaping high into the air, your body curled into a hard ball, hurtling towards Cerata. At the moment of impact, you unfurled your deadly steel tail and thrust mercilessly at her face.
魔导炮台，自爆模式。
Uh-oh. I think Sartra's dead. Knowing she couldn't possibly dodge, Cerata made the best decision available to her, instantly detonating all the machines around her. The shockwave had no effect on you, but it successfully blasted her backward out of your attack range. The cost? Her small body was drenched in blood, covered in wounds, completely unable to fight.
下次路。
Fuoco rushed to the fallen researcher, checked her wounds, then wore an expression of grief.
如果不及时治疗的话，
Uh-oh. The great hall fell into a deathly silence, broken only by your heavy breathing. You clenched your fist, knuckles popping. Of course my knuckles don't pop at the exact moment I need them to.
虫子，还有4只。来，
Moments later,
让我碾死你们！
the battle ended without suspense. These insects did indeed unleash greater power under extreme emotions, but that was as far as they could go. The hall lay in complete devastation. Your enemies all lay upon the cold ground. The princess of a fallen kingdom, the traitorous demon lord, the loyal magic swordswoman. In the end, only the armoured figure remained, kneeling with sword braced against the ground. The silver armour was battered beyond repair, blood seeping through the cracks and staining the ground, yet still standing. You close in step by step, looking down at this mortal who made you taste pain and fury. A rare bit of entertainment, I must admit. Now I shall send you on your way. The armoured swordsman doesn't reply. Perhaps he's lost the ability to speak. Through the slits of his visor, those eyes burning with their dying flame stare fixedly at you. You slowly raise your sharp claws, preparing to pierce his heart and end it all.
没有其他办法
What are you
了。
doing, Lilith? Who's speaking? You glance over. It's that swordswoman sprawled on the ground, the magic blade wielder called Lilith. Excuse me a minute, guys. There we go. That's crystal vial is hurled, but its target is not you. Curious what tricks she might still have, you simply watch in silence. A crisp, shattering sound and a fierce wind accompanied by thick, light-devouring black mist surges forth from the fragments. You furrow your brow. What's this? Why does it feel so familiar? The moment that mist touches you, you begin to feel unprecedented pain and terror. Uh-oh. I don't like pain and terror. Gone is your domineering composure as Demon Lord. You thrash desperately on the ground, trying to shake off the mist. Along with your consciousness, your body begins to crack and dissolve. Amid your agonized screams, you slowly dissolve into a puddle of mist-emitting black ichor, gradually losing all consciousness. Oh. Lovely. No, your consciousness is clearer than ever before. Now you are Morphean Paradox. I am. You look at the black mist and wreckage before you, somewhat dazed. The Demon Lord has been defeated by you all. Your whole body goes limp, and you crumple to the ground. Lilith, we did it.
而成为最强的冒险者，打败魔王，赢得人们的欢呼。
I mean,
这不正是最理想的主人公吗？
I guess, kind of. Green, Cerata, at such a cost? What kind of victory is this? Lilith? No response. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end without warning, an icy chill racing up your spine. Someone is watching you from deep within the dark mist. Sensing something is wrong, you look toward where the black mist is gathering in shock. A slender, elegant, graceful figure coalesces within the black mist. It's not Rahabet. Rather, it's someone so familiar it defies belief. Oh. Oh. Wait. Eleanor? Eleanor, is that you? Let's take a screenshot of that. Then the black mist slowly dispersed and moonlight poured through the shattered dome upon her visage. A countenance wrought of moonlight and venom, the very image of Lilith yet wholly other. Her skin was pale to translucence, gleaming with a cold pearlescent glow beneath the moon, as though never touched by the warmth of the mortal world. She raised her hand, admiring her own slender, pallid fingers. Then she laughed softly, bearing fangs of unnatural sharpness. She laughed softly, her gaze sweeping over your fallen companions. You couldn't read her thoughts, you could only force yourself to rise once more, levelling your blade at her. What are you? She didn't answer. She only lifted her chin with cold indifference, like a goddess descending from a sacred altar. You feel a dangerous power gathering behind you, taking form. You seem to know what will happen next. Fuoko, hurry and...
勇者，
She doesn't even look at the incoming attack, only turning her head towards you. As if calmly accepting what's about to happen, an infinitely warm smile slowly blooms across Fuoko's face.
这一次，我再也不会忘记大家了。
Don't. A series of dull thuds as flesh is pierced. Fuoko's body is impaled by countless dark spikes, sent flying backward and pinned firmly to the pitch-black wall of the Demon Lord's castle. She endured the pain and yanked the spike from her shoulder, about to charge forward, when the next dark shadow pierced through her chest. The perpetrator tilts her head slightly, her voice carrying an innocent cruelty.
哎呀，一下子就坏掉了呢。
Damn! Stop wearing Lilith's face, monster. You roar, using the last of your strength to swing your sword. Yet this newborn creation merely tilts her head slightly, effortlessly dodging the blow. It sends a finger to lightly touch your helmet. She gazed down upon you with contempt, tilting her head ever so slightly. Her earring swayed, its shadow writhing as though possessed of life.
怪物，
You gripped your sword tight, throat bobbing as you swallowed blood, like a wolf pinned by a spear, still trying to tear out the hunter's throat. A glimmer of curiosity kindled in her eyes, then gave way to knowing.
你还是选择了
Oh? What have I chosen? Just give me a second, guys. I feel like there's something I've dropped. Where's that gone? Hold on. I thought I had that earlier. Well. No, I don't know where that went. Alright, well, fair enough, whatever. It's not, like, massively important right this very now. Okay. Yeah, so there was something I was looking for just then. A bit of hydration, but I don't know. It's about somewhere. It's probably on my other desk, actually. Okay.
这里是
Oh.
我只是
Things are crackling, huh? Her fingers upon the helm traced its contours, slender digits gliding slowly downward along the blood, an elusive tenderness flickering within her gaze. Oh! In that single instant, like a climber seizing a rope thrown down, you grasp this sliver of a chance for revenge. The blade in your hand pierces through the chest of the monster before you. Faced with such unexpected defiance, she regarded you with puzzlement as a child might. And then she smiled. Oh.
原来如此呀
Do I need to be scared? I feel like I need to be scared right now. I feel like concern is relevant.
那就将逐梦者，将隐从之森都献给我吧。
Concern. Her finger presses down and your body begins to crumble. Sharp pain conducts through your limbs. From the point she touches, cracks spread like a spider's web. Oh, man. The armor dissolved at first into silvery dust, followed by flesh and bone. All that once blazed with life crumbled apart beneath the gentle pressure of her fingertip. In the instant everything crumbled away, each speck of dust transformed into deep crimson petals drifting through the air. Oh, man. Those petals are edged with gilded light, like all your warm imaginings of your companions, and all the tender words left unspoken. All of it drifts silently away beneath the cold moonlight. She waits quietly for you to completely dissipate, withdrawing her hand as a single petal falls into her palm. That is a terrifying expression. Holy shit. She lowers her gaze and discovers the petal still retains the warmth of your blood in its inner side, like a heart refusing to die, trembling faintly in her hand for an instant before finally turning to ash.
明明可以一直，那就让我来再次找到你吧。
I'm scared. I didn't realize this was a horror game. Someone's watching you. You open your eyes. Before you is the familiar...
不，你并
Oh,
不熟悉。
these. No, you're not familiar with
我
it.
希望你知道这一点。
Okay.
总之，这一次的旅途就到此结束了。
Sounds like we died at the
你
final
对
boss.
此是怎么想的呢？
What do I think about it? This failure was part of the plan.
原来你一直在保留实力。那这一次呢？我们还不知道瓶中黑雾的具体影响，可不能再掉以轻心了。
Okay. Maybe I'll take it seriously this time.
那么，你具体说的是？
Oh, are we doing class selection? I wish to have unwavering resolve.
拥抱勇气和信仰。
Yes. From the blank void came the sound of pages turning, followed once more by that gentle voice with its rising intonation.
你的决心已定，
Okay.
但这一次，你希望追寻什么呢？
What do I wish to pursue? Oh, okay. What do I wish to pursue? Justice in the shadows.
即便行走于黑暗，
Okay.
也会服务于光明吗？
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
在你的旅途中，会见到不同的风景，遇见许多值得信赖的伙伴。当然，你也会遇到难缠的敌人。
Okay.
如果面对一个强大的敌人，你会怎么做呢？
What would I do? Try to persuade them.
一个没有人受伤的世
My
界，
strength went down and my charisma went up. What when no one gets hurt?
情况急转直下，敌人的强大超乎你的想象，你身受重伤。此时神灵听到了你内心的呼唤，
Okay.
为了打败他，必须要向神灵献上一件你已经拥有的东西作为祭品。
Okay.
你会选择什么呢？
What do I choose? Mighty power!
责任可不会因为放下了力量就一起消失。
My con and my strength both just went ass down. Okay.
接下来是你的外貌，
My appearance. Human, face shaped round, eyes, almond eyes, nose, hybrid nose, cherry lips, small ears, no tail, no wings, calm voice, layered short hair. Okay. Change race? Okay.
还有什么想调整的吗？
Change hairstyle. Twin tails.
这可是传说中的傲娇标配，还是单纯的可爱？
It's Cinderella.
还有什么想调整的吗？
Okay. No, that's fine. Okay. From the void comes a cute murmuring voice, seemingly surprised by your choice, before falling silent once more. After an unknown amount of time, the voice sounds again.
我的使命也要告一段落了。等到下次见面的时候，
Okay. The familiar figure gradually fades, dissolving into rippling waters. Out my eyes. Then the world turns white, and you fall from the sky to the earth. You open your eyes, framed in your vision was an irregular patch of sky, cut by coarse cloth with clouds drifting past in an unnaturally sluggish manner. In the cramped space, the reek of rotting flesh hit like needles in your eyes, and tears welled up to spite yourself. Your ears were filled with the droning buzz of swarming flies, rising and falling like an endless tide. A heavy weight pressed in from both sides. You felt yourself lying atop something soft, something with long, slender limbs. Ma'am? The curve of those bent joints seemed to maintain some final posture. No. What's something? These were corpses. Oh. Beneath you, beside you, in every inch of space you could reach, corpses piled high, all shapes and sizes. The cart continued to jolt forward, and with each sway, these long, cold limbs swayed gently along with it like some silent, massive chorus. Keepers in the sky. You fought down the overwhelming disgust of sharing space with corpses, pinning your consciousness firmly on that bright patch of sky overhead. Clouds drifted lazily across the pure indigo, their edges occasionally sliced by the jagged silhouettes of branches. The sky was moving, and you were moving too, along with this cart laden with death. It was daytime. That much you could tell from what lay ahead. Your senses gradually sharpened, and that persistent swaying sensation crept over you. Yes, you realized you were lying in a cart. A cart filled with corpses, no less. With another jolt, the pressure from both sides intensified. Oh.
你还好吗？
Who's talking to me? Are you in this pile of corpses? Are you already dead?
喘气是有点困难，毕竟我脸上还垫着这位朋友的血点。
Okay.
麻烦挪挪你的胳膊，他压到我的肺了。
You're not dead. How did you end up here?
说来话长，但我并不想现在和你解释这个。
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I don't think that's something that you probably want to explain her.
既然你醒了，我们要不要玩个游戏？
Play a game? Yeah, sure. What you got?
我猜猜下一阵颠簸，是我上面的这位朋友先滑下去，
What'll happen on the next bump? Will they slide
还
off?
是你旁边的那位会给你来个拥抱？
The one beside me give me a hug. Felt a wave of dizziness. Why was the corpse talking to you? Maybe you've been dead all along, just a thinking corpse. You faintly heard voices coming from somewhere above, not from any passenger in the car, but from whoever was driving it.
后面啥动静？不会又有动物窜上车吃自助了吧？
不是都抹上石灰了吗？畜生们不吃的，估计是那些扒下来的盔甲撞到一起了吧。
Okay.
你都联系好买家了吧？
Buyers.
当然，这次可都是难得的整货，好多人抢着要，根本不愁卖不掉。
That's kind of messed up. I'll be honest. Oh, excuse me, guys. I just need to get myself comfortable again. Ow. Ow. Oh, God. Oh, I'm getting old. Okay. Whew, there we go. I'm back. Back.
再加上那些盔甲，我们这一波能挣大钱了。
要不是国王非要和魔王军硬碰硬，也不会死这么多人。算了，不想这个，至少给了咱们发财的机会。
They're profiting off our deaths.
要我说，早点离开金盏镇才是正经活路。
那可不，干完这一笔，咱们就能攒够钱回老家了吧？说起来也怪，最后装上车那货，盔甲怎么扒不下来呢？
可
Okay.
能身上有什么魔法吧，到了地儿慢慢搞，实在不行给他卸成几块卖。
他们好像正在说你呢。如果真让这辆车
Are we
开
going
到
to
终
spring up and
点，
attack him? I
接
can.
下来会发生什么，可就不好说了哦。
Jump off the cart. We got 53% chance to do it. Failure. Damn it. You have to get off this corpse cart immediately. You can't stay a moment longer. You ignore the voice from the pile of corpses and struggle to rise from the cold bodies. You stumbled and tumbled off the cart.
喂，是不是有货掉下去了？
Did some cargo fall off?
操，诈尸了！
Yes, I rose from the dead. Oh, okay. If he tells the Silver Griffin about today, we're done for. Okay. I'm going to get dragged off to the mines by that Four Eyes. 2 against 1 isn't exactly a fair fight. Let me help you out. Keep an eye on your condition during battle. Whether you lose your life or your sanity, you'll be devoured. This isn't a game. Okay, is this sanity then? So what have we got? Parry? Blade dance? Oh, I see. The combat system... I get it. So the combat system looks like it's going to be kind of like Darkest Dungeon. Because you see it's got like... Blade dance will hit the front 2 enemies, but not the back 2. Battle resonance will hit all allies. Piercing shadow thrust will hit the back 3 enemies, but not the front one. Not the current character's turn. Okay. So what have I got then? Wind's Messenger. Shadow Pierce. The ally with the lowest HP recovers 30%. So these guys are going to go next, are they? Okay. Yeah, it's literally Darkest Dungeon combat. Okay. Oh, I see. Right. Ow. She's bleeding? That's not good. It's Lilith's turn. Okay. Bleeding for 10 layers, last 2 turns. Ouch. Okay. My turn again? I should probably use Shadow Pierce again. Because then Lilith can recover a bit of hit points. Oh wait, no, I recovered hit points because my hit points are lower. Ow! Bruh, leave Lilith alone. Leave her alone, you beasts! How dare you? This applies bleed for 2 turns. Okay. And now I can do... That should give us some healing. Yeah. Yeah, so the combat is literally Darkest Dungeon, so that makes it inherently kind of understandable. Because I know how to play that game already. Hit him, please. He's bleeding? Yes, okay. Kill him. I want him dead. Okay. That has a cooldown, huh? When parry triggers, all allies recover hit points equal to 50% of counterattack damage. It's my turn. Oh, I see. The parry is automatically active, is it? Okay. That blade dance is some pretty hefty damage. Okay. Hit him. So far, so good. Lilith is taking some hammer here. He's gonna die on this attack anyway. There we go. The mysterious girl is mistaken for a corpse, gracefully sheathed a sword. In this 2-on-2 encounter, you clearly had the upper hand.
两位冒险者大人，是我们有眼不识泰山。这个女的，是我们捎上的吗？
Did you pick her up? The soldier beside him jabbed him with an elbow.
这一车货的收益全部上缴给你们，求求你们放我们一条生路吧。
Do we have to let them live? You're about to ask something when the girl beside you gave your cloak a gentle tug.
我们似乎被魔物盯上了呢。这群哥布林可要比这2个士兵难对付多了。
Okay. Following a gaze, you spotted several dark figures creeping closer from the dense forest nearby.
求求你们救救我们！那些魔物真的会把我们活活吃掉的。
Should we save them? If you left these 2 soldiers here to flee on their own, they'd probably die in this forest, wouldn't they? Fight together? Your thoughts were still a mess, but you had no interest in watching people get torn apart and devoured by monsters right before your eyes. Your eyes settle on the sword hilts at your waist, and a fierce hunger for battle stirs from somewhere deep inside. Maybe you're actually a hidden master? Stand up if you want to live. Okay. So we got 2 gobos at the back, 1 near the front, huh? Okay. Whoa, that is a beefy attack. Can I hit you with? Oh, it's a rear target cleave, huh? He's gone into stealth. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. So I can't do the magic tech circuit because it's got cooldown, huh? No attackable targets? Okay. After an action ends, apply vigor to the next friendly unit about to act. Okay. Attack and... Oh, target recovers sanity equal to 100% of sanity consumed by this skill. Okay. Let's give Lilith that. Okay. Put Battle Resonance on. Okay. Pacified? What does that mean? Ow. Not ideal. Not really. Piercing Shadow Thrust? On these kids? It's not so good for him, huh? Intimidated state can't use this skill. How do I clear intimidated state? Can I adjust formation? Yeah, we need to put Lilith in the front for now. She's now also pacified, which doesn't seem good. Okay. How do I cure intimidated state? Last one turn? Yeah, I can't do anything. I can't do anything right now. Which is a bit weird, I'll be honest. Lilith's just gonna have to tank this for a bit. Counter. Counter. Okay. Can I magitech these kids? Yeah, eat shit and die. Okay. And then for Lilith, I'm gonna have to intimidate. Well, she's still intimidated. Yeah, she's just gonna have to bide her time then. Okay. Oh, that actually hit the gobbo in front of her. Okay. Bide. Perish, nerd. Hey there, Guitar Hero, how you doing? It's like Darkest Dungeon, just not in Grimdark. Yeah, it plays very similar to Darkest Dungeon in the combat, actually. Which, you know what? I'm kind of okay with that. Okay. With your coordinated assault, the last goblin crashed heavily to the ground. If you two hadn't already intercepted, we'd already be dead at the claws of those beasts. After we finish our business, see you in Marigold Town. We'll repay you properly. This place is dangerous. We'll take our leave first. The two soldiers scrambled onto the carriage and whipped the horses without looking back, fleeing from excuse me, fleeing from this dangerous place.
哥布林们循着气味就来了呢。
You recognized her, or rather recognized the voice. The corpse who had squeezed into the pile of bodies with you, saying things that made no sense.
你们不必为我冒此风险。比起我，商业之旅的未来更需要你们。
I don't think that voice line's where it's meant to be. She looked you up and down, her eyes filled with genuine, warm concern. Nothing like a stranger meeting someone for the first time. Unfortunately, your mind was blank. You couldn't recall anything about her. I'm fine, but you... Following your gaze, the girl wiped her cheek.
迷路了。
Okay. The grime on her cheek wiped away. Those bright red eyes smiled at you.
你总不想留在这儿，被哥布林做成刺身吧？
A little bit. Rather than being lost, you simply had no idea where you were supposed to go.
你没事吧？
Not really. Why sashimi? You shook your head. You definitely didn't want to become sashimi.
那就先跟我去附近的小镇，有什么事到了再说。
Okay. With your mind a complete blank, maybe you really did need someone to lead the way out of this dangerous place. Besides, faint rustling sounds seem to be coming from deep in the forest. Yeah, I appreciate it. You quickly left this bloody place. Before long, the outline of a town appeared ahead, and there were more people on the road. Okay. The streets bustled with people, the air thick with the pungent mix of horse manure, baking bread, cured leather, and cheap spices. The bakery owner nearby pushed out a batch of freshly baked flatbread, the rising steam making you involuntary step back.
这里就是金盏镇啦。哦，糟糕，好像一直忘了做自我介绍呢。
You're Lilith.
我叫
Yes.
莉莉丝，可以告诉我你的名字吗？
Yes, my name is Morphean Paradox. The twin-tailed girl tilts her head watching you. A breeze sweeps past and her silver hair, laced with sunlight, dances in the wind. Your heart suddenly begins pounding, your mind in chaos. Your name? Good question. You couldn't remember anything. Maybe you got knocked around in that cart. But deep in your mind, some words seem to be faintly echoing. Morphean Paradox, is that what it was called? The mysterious girl who introduced herself as Lilith is still watching you with a smile. Will you tell her your name? I'm the Morphean Paradox. The words slipped out though you didn't know what they meant.
逐梦者，这听起来可不像是个名字啊。
Seeing that you hadn't spoken for a while, Lilith just smiled and shrugged.
没关系，我们还有很多可以深入了解的机会。比如，你可以和我讲讲你的过去、你的家庭，或者为什么要来金盏镇。
A buzzing swelled in your mind and Lilith's voice faded into the distance, growing ever more faint. Your past. Yes, who exactly are you and why are you here? You couldn't remember anything, yet everything around you felt strangely familiar. And this girl before you should be wary of a stranger, yet you couldn't help but think about her and respond to her questions. As if you had always done so, naturally, instinctively.
你看起来也是一名冒险者。
Yes, I am. Lilith's voice briefly pulls you out of your thoughts. I'm indeed an adventurer. The hell's an adventurer? But you didn't want to seem ignorant. Lilith stared into your eyes, then smiled and tilted her head.
你在撒谎，
No,
对吧？
as if.
其实你根本不知道冒险者，你失忆了。
Oh, come on, Lilith, give me some credit here. How did she know? She couldn't see the eyes through the helmet. But the moment your eyes met, you felt like you were being read, being understood. This made you a little flustered. but more than that, reassured. Morphean paradox is the only thing I remember.
逐梦者，也许你该找到他，这样就会记起你到底是谁了。
Okay. She suddenly leaned closer and lowered her voice.
或者，其实你就是那个逐梦者呢？你只是在记起你自己。
Okay. You were so close that you could almost hear her heartbeat. Just then, you felt yourself shoved aside by brute force. Who the fuck are you? No, I already said no. Didn't you promise to buy me a new sword once this commission paid out?
上个委托的赏金都用来赔礼道歉了，你不会忘了自己把人家农田烧了吧？
Is that Mega Man? Wait, hang on. It's Mega Man and Kazuma. Incredible.
那是意外。不说这个，
That's
之
fantastic.
前攒下来的钱呢？
你不是说不想一直住旅馆，我就在郊外找了一个房子。
A man and woman walked past you. Your gaze fell on the huge backpack strapped to the man's back. Must have been him who bumped into you. You were about to call out to them when a small voice interrupted you.
那个，对不起，对不起，
Okay.
他们是我的朋友，正急着去赶委托，没有注意到你，我替他们道歉。
That's a hell of a weapon for someone so timid. You noticed a petite girl almost hidden behind a massive bundle. She looked nervous, avoiding your gaze.
我们该走了，真的非常不好意思。
Okay. She gave you an apologetic nod, then jogged off after the bickering pair ahead. Your gaze followed the departing trio. There were leather armor and weapons at their waists.
那个女生是不是很可爱？
She actually called her Mega Bean. Yes. Deny, you're cuter. Lilith clearly didn't expect you to say that. She widened her eyes in surprise.
这种话不能随便说的。不过，我就当做是夸奖，收下好了。
Oh, my neck.
看他们的方向，大概是要去服务中心了。
Mm-hmm. Where the hell are we now?
我想想，是一个管理工会发布委托的地方。
Okay. Guild.
只有加入工会、注册在籍的冒险者，才能做讨伐魔物的营生。
Okay.
冒险者们聚集在一起，成为同伴，互相扶持，一同前进，克服万难。服务中心的宣传海报上是这样说的。
Mm-hmm.
他们的关系看起来不就非常不错吗？
I mean, kind of. Companions. You silently repeat those words in your mind. Your eyes rest on the street. The crowd is indeed many adventurers, occasionally bursting into hearty, honest laughter. You can't help but wonder, did you once have companions like this too? Now you've disappeared, are they worried about you? Maybe they're out looking for you right now. For a moment, you felt the urge to learn everything about your surroundings. Suddenly you wanted to know, where in this world are you? How are you supposed to survive? I'd like to look around nearby.
附近转转吗？当然可以。你打算做什么？
Go to the bakery. The bakery door was wide open. Behind the counter, a man was using a wooden paddle to turn the bread on the baking tray. Seeing someone come in, he glanced up, but his hands never stopped working.
两位需要什么？
You paused to think. Your outfit did stick out a bit in a bakery, so you found a quiet corner to stand in. Have you seen me before? Before you could respond, your armor accidentally knocked over a nearby shelf. The freshly arranged wheat cakes were about to scatter all over the floor. Catch the wheat cakes? I'm not going to manage this. Oh, I did it! You quickly reach out to catch the tipping tray and grab the 2 weak cakes about to hit the ground with the other hand.
好身手。虽然要不是你进来，我的烤盘也不会倒。
Yeah, that's true. Before you could speak, he flicked his wrist with practiced ease, flipping the bread on the tray.
我没见过你，伙计。尤其是你这身打扮，要是我见过你，指定记得。
Okay. You and Lilith left the bakery.
没想到你身手还不错嘛。不过，我没想到有人会一上来就问这样的问题。你见过我吗？
You laughing at me? Lilith laughed louder and louder, her head bouncing with each shake of her shoulders, her eyes curving into thin crescents. How dare she?
抱歉，抱歉。你还有其他想看的吗？
Let's go to the notice board and check the flyers. You approach the wall covered with old tattered newspapers. The text had been washed away by rain, making it hard to read. Leaning in for a closer look, the only legible thing left was a freshly posted wanted notice. The wanted notice bore a blurry photo of a girl with long white hair and pale violet eyes. Karen Scarlet. Below in small print it says, Karen Scarlet, highly dangerous. If you have any leads, please contact the nearest Griffin soldier. Your gaze shifted to another paper beside it, with Church of Isaiah written in large ornate calligraphy. The goddess's radiance shall forever guide humanity. It seemed to urge people to follow in the goddess's footsteps. Okay.
伊赛亚的宣传布告贴的到处都是呢。
Isaiah? You seem to have heard those words on the carriage too. Something about buying corpses related to them.
银葱之森最大的宗教组织，信奉伊赛亚女神，时常组织一些神官到镇子上做教义宣传。
Okay.
不过我对这些是不太感兴趣啦。
Nothing worth examining further. Let's go somewhere else. Let's check with the soldiers. Near the wall by the street, 2 men dressed like soldiers were holding bottles of liquor, boasting about their heroic battles against monsters. You studied their attire, it looked increasingly familiar. Wasn't that the same uniform the 2 cart drivers wore? Could they be working together? Either way, first find out where their headquarters is. Perhaps you can go investigate yourself. Perhaps the clues to what you lost before waking lie hidden there. Excuse me, you thought about how to phrase your question. Headquarters? Word didn't seem quite right.
2位，请问金盏镇这边银色格里芬的营地在哪里？
Yes, that. Right, camp, that's the word you were looking for. The 2 soldiers, faces flushed red, let their eyes wander between the 2 of you for a while before waving you off dismissively.
去，别打扰我们喝酒。
I just want to get to join you guys. You look sincere, though these 2 fellas probably can't read your sincerity through the armor.
加入我们，银色格里芬的考核可是很严格
Oh,
的。
how tough can it be? Really? The man approached you with his bottle, tapping the glass bottom against your armor.
我经过了多少场考试，参与了多少实战训练，才穿上这身制服。
He shakes his head, gesturing wildly in the air. You'll need to say something more if you want to pry any useful information out of this drunk. I've always been a loyal fan of the Silver Griffin. Success? You endure the stench of alcohol wafting around you, trying to make your tone more admiring. To be honest, I had this armor custom made to match your uniforms. You turn slightly, letting you get a good look at your outfit. Joining the Silver Griffin's always been my dream. 2 shoulders squinted, and after sizing you up, nodded with satisfaction.
没想到还有你这样的冒险者，还以为都是一群没脑子的莽夫。就在那个路口，左转出城，很快就能到。
Okay. You thank him with a grateful tone and leave the street corner with Lilith.
原来你是银色格里芬的粉丝啊！
Not really. Circumstances demanded it.
不过他们的军营居然就驻扎在金盏镇附近，看来有机会可以去逛逛呢。还要去别的地方看看吗？
No, I don't think there's anywhere else here, is there? You shake your head. Nothing worth paying attention to here. Seeing your frustration, Lilith smiles and pats your shoulder.
还有很多地方都没去看过，也许我们可以去远一点的地方走走呢。
Okay. Lilith's right. You should check out other places. Maybe something will jog your memory. Or gather more information. If someone could recognize your gear.
这位先生，我打远一看就知道您身手非凡呐。
Okay. A man in a long robe suddenly emerges mysteriously from the crowd, blocking your path with an eager tone.
尤其是这把剑。
Your gaze falls on the iron sword at your waist. No patterns or gems, and it's even a bit rusty. But you just use it in a battle. Maybe your combat skills have nothing to do with the quality of your weapon. Still, this is an opportunity. Ask this man. Have you seen my sword before? The scrawny man's eyes lock onto the iron sword at your waist as he nods emphatically.
当然见过，这可是金盏镇最常见的铁剑。冒险者们最时兴的款式，许多剑士都想换上这样的好剑呢。
Okay.
但您这把剑，它上面充斥着。
My sword is suffused with. The man tenses his face and makes exaggerated expressions, then finally shakes his head vigorously.
不祥的气息。不过没关系，我们正巧有着可以净化一切的圣
Holy
水。
water. Well, let's sound of that.
您只要将剑交给我，我很快就会将它处理干净的。
Okay. The man chatters endlessly in your ear while your stomach growls at an inopportune moment. His eyes dart and he quickly pulls out a piece of bread from his bag.
哎，面包铺新出炉的，您一定饿了，快吃些东西吧。
Oh, thank you. The faint wheat aroma from the street moments ago is now amplified. Since waking up among a pile of corpses and travelling all the way here, you haven't eaten anything. You look at that golden, brilliant bread, almost imagining its soft texture as you bite into it. Take the bread. You grab the bread about to relieve your hunger pangs when Lilith beside you grabs your arm.
这可不太对劲，路上的陌生人会愿意给你一块新鲜出炉的面包吗？
I mean, I kind of hope so. You understand there are indeed many things that don't add up. For instance, why are you suddenly so hungry?
真的要吃这块面包吗？
Nah, forget it. Seeing Lilith grab your arm, your mind becomes much clearer. You're certain now something's definitely wrong. You drop the bread on the ground. Seeing your reaction, the man doesn't get angry. He just smiles awkwardly and waves his hand.
没什么，也许只是不太合您的口味，但我真的是在为您着想。现在的世道这么乱，我们伊塞亚教一直在为人类的生存尽最大努力，这也是我为什么愿意帮您的原因。
Okay.
我在圣辉堡接受过训学，能看出您的剑已经附着了黑气，说不定就是
Dark Misty.
黑雾。对，没错，您知道这个东西有多糟糕。一旦感染，您就会彻底的死掉，凉透了，然后被那些游走在街头的运尸官把尸体偷走倒卖。
Mm-hmm. The man rambles on quite a bit, but you only catch the last part. Oh, excuse me. Oh, dear. So those two who stuffed you into the cart at the beginning were actually corpse collectors. Seeming to understand your concerns, the man rummages through his bag again, finally producing a sparkling crystal.
我把这枚代表本人教职的水晶石抵押在这里，也作为我高尚人格的担保。
You take the crystal he hands you. A stone surely can't cause any more trouble, right? Examine the crystal. Failure. Just a transparent crystal. You really can't see anything special about it. Come on, you know, craftsman. Don't be so hard on yourself. You really don't get You really don't get what's worth scamming about this rusty iron sword at your waist. Oh, excuse me, sorry guys, I've come over all exhausted suddenly. You slowly reach for the sword at your waist but feel someone tugging at your cloak. It's Lilith. She watches you with a worried expression while the man quietly waits for your response. What to do? Should you hear what Lilith has to say? Yes. She pulls you aside.
我能感受到这块水晶上有某种魔法。
Okay.
虽然大概率它并不是什么珍贵的宝物。
But that sword doesn't look like anything good either.
不像是好东西。
Realizing she's gotten a bit emotional, she clears her throat and lowers her voice.
好吧，不是什么好东西，随便你吧。
I'm sorry.
反正这是你的剑，你有权决定它的去留。
Okay. Seems a bit upset. Can't figure out why she's suddenly talking like this.
这位先生，您真的没有考虑好吗？这可是来自于圣辉山一带的圣水，有了它做洗涤，您的剑一定能恢复如初的。如若不是看到您这样伟岸的冒险者即将陷入险境，我才不会将圣水花费在这种事上呢。
The man looks deeply moved, his words earnest. You can even see tears welling up at the corner of his eyes. I can't give you my sword. Thanks for the kind offer, but there's no need. You spot someone lurking at the street corner nearby, watching you.
为什么，先生？我也是为了您考虑。
Is that so?
还废什么话，蠢蛋！我们被发现了。
Ah, they're gonna rob me. Sure enough, seeing you put away your sword, the man who was watching from the corner immediately stepped out and stood behind his companion. While you were still sizing up the man's muscles, the bold guy has already raised his fist. At the same time, you had the sound of metal being drawn.
又是2对2。
Well, looks like it's a fate.
我也是一名剑士呢。
You've finally shown your true colours. You were so patient talking to me for so long, you've finally shown your true colours. Okay. So... Okay. Huh? Looks like we've already been underestimated. Okay. Hit him with the Magitech. That's a big amount of damage, that. And if I do a piercing shadow thrust on him, he's now bleeding. He's halfway dead. Bully the weak? Oh, I've been marked. Weakness, 20 layers last 2 turns. I think that's a mark anyway. Oh, I can hit this guy. Okay. Ouch. Not ideal, but okay. I should just be able to kill this one. Yeah, he's dead. Goodbye. Power punch. I didn't really do very much. Yeah, I can just like shadow pierce him, heal up a little bit. Okay. I do need to work out like what the status effects do. Like I presume weakness is like I don't see it. I haven't got weakness actually, have I? If target is crippled, deal additional true damage equal to 50% attack. Okay. Yeah, he's dead. We got a crit, nice. Good stuff.
我就知道这家伙不好惹。 计划有变，快撤！
The men posing as Isaiah devotees dart out pathetic yelps and vanish into a nearby alley in a flash. You tried to catch up, but they clearly knew Marigold Town streets better and quickly vanished into the depths of the alley.
那家伙一看就是个惯犯。
Yeah, I'd say so. You glancing at the slightly rusted iron sword at your waist, still couldn't figure out what made it so special. But considering how well it handled, you decided you'd treasure it for a while. You leaned wearily against the slightly cold wall. With everything that's happened, you feel even hungrier now. A piece of bread was offered to you.
应该很饿吧？
Yes, I am. Thank you, Lilith.
其实我刚刚也买了面包啊。
Oh, good. You reached out and took the bread. Even though you just met, you somehow feel a natural sense of trust toward Lilith. Trust her and trust everything she offers you. Through the gap in your helmet, you put the bread in your mouth. It was just as sweet and soft as you imagined. Chew, chew, chew.
恢复好体力了吗？感觉你比刚刚有精神了一些。
I do feel a bit better, yes. More energetic, really. You don't know how Lilith could tell through your helmet.
不如我们去服务中心吧，先带你注册成在籍冒险者，想办法找点活干。
Yep, okay. Indeed, figuring out your current situation is more important than some sword. There seems to be something in that alley. You walk towards the rather dark alley, pitch black and gloomy, completely different from the bustle outside. Walls were covered with damp moss and cardboard boxes are piled everywhere. And there was a package.
咦，这个包裹有点熟悉呢，在哪里见过呢？
You also felt like you'd seen this package somewhere until a familiar conversation drifted from the street corner.
这可是这次委托收集的所有素材啦！
刚刚为了买面包，怕挡到其他人，我就把包裹放下了。我记得是在这附近来着。
真不知道说你什么好。哎呀，这么重要的东西！
先别着急，仔细找总能找到的。
You remembered now, this was the giant package that accidentally bumped into you on the street. Hey, the package is over here.
谢天谢地，总算是找到了。没了它，我们这个月的绩效就完蛋了。
Yay!
哎呀，离月底还有一段时间呢，就算弄丢了，我也能再多打几只魔物啊。
你还是多休息吧，没必要这么拼命。
Good, we've helped them out. Sounds like they're pretty good partners. Maybe they're companions from the same guild.
是你。
A soft, familiar voice spoke up, and you noticed the girl hiding behind the other two. She was looking at you with sparkling eyes, seemingly happy.
不好意思，又给您添麻烦了。
As if remembering something, she ignored the two bickering companions and pulled a purple crystal from a massive bundle.
这是我们在诡谲之地捡到的一块水晶，应该值一点钱，请您收下。
Okay, thank you. She held the gleaming crystal in both hands and bowed deeply to you. The crystal certainly looked more valuable than the weird one the man gave you. Perhaps because you hesitated so long, the other two adventurers turned their attention to you as well.
就当做是我们的谢礼。
Okay, you accept the purple crystal. After packing up, the three adventurers left noisily. Seeing your gaze linger on the three of them, the silent Lilith finally spoke up and interrupted your thoughts.
看起来又做了一件好人好事呢。该说不愧是一位冒险者吗？
I'd say so.
不过，你还真是受女孩子欢迎呢。
Yes. I just did what I should do. Isn't returning lost items just the right thing to do? Besides, that package looked really important to them. She nods thoughtfully.
的确如此呢。
We leave the alley and return to the street corner. We've already done that. With Lilith leading the way, you soon arrived at the guild's service centre. She stared at the tightly closed door of the service centre with an incredulous expression. This look on Lilith was quite fresh. You watched with interest for a while.
抱歉，路上好像浪费了太多时间。
Oh.
服务中心已经关门了。
Clearly, Lilith's hopes of registering as an official adventurer had been dashed.
如果没法成立工会，不就只能是街边了吗？
Oh no. Lilith mumbled something under her breath you couldn't quite understand.
明明都这么多次了，为什么我还会犯这种错误啊？
Poor Lilith. She lets out a long sigh. That alley from earlier should do for one night.
你或许有当流浪汉的天赋呢。不过镇子上不允许随意点火，想要让夜晚温暖一些的话，
We're gonna head to the Eerie Lands.
还是去诡谲之地比较好呢。
Okay.
啊，就是我们一开始见面的那片森林啦，挺有纪念意义的，不是吗？
Yeah, I guess so. Memorable, you called the unforgettable experience of sharing a bed with corpses. Memorable indeed.
不好意思，他们可能要晚一些。
Oh? Hey. The voice sounded familiar. You looked up and saw a girl not far away, bowing repeatedly to a tall, thin man. You remembered the smallest girl from the trio of adventurers you met at the street corner. Her name was Erin?
这位小姐，太阳马上就要落山了，我的宝贝们可都在你朋友的手里。
Okay.
一些要紧的宝贝，我也不希望你的朋友们没办法按时完成委托，这对我来说也会非常麻烦。
可能是路上发生了什么事情，耽误了。我这就去找他们。
小姐，您的身体看上去可不算好。好吧，我们还是在这里多等候一段时间。这边的两位冒险者。
Yes. How can I help? Maybe you've been eavesdropping too close. The man finally noticed you. His slender body was hidden behind a wide, finely tailored robe, his tone gentle and polite. A strangely dressed fellow, you can help but think of street con artists.
我并不是什么街头骗子，只是一个等待宝贝货物们赶紧回到我手上的可怜商人。
Okay, if you say so.
他们本该在日落前送到，但现在却不知所踪。
Okay.
我想他们大概停在了诡谲之地。两位看上去就身手不凡，不知可否委托二位调查我货物的行踪
Yeah, sure. His tone was full of helplessness. You stared at him trying to read his emotions, but where his face should be was shrouded in darkness. Was there some strange magic in this place? How could everyone figure out what you were thinking?
你们，是你们要接下委托吗？拜托，护送商品的是我的2个朋友，他们让我在这里接应，我也等了很久。
Her name's Eileen now. I thought it was
担心
Erin.
是不是出了什么意外？
Okay.
诡谲之地那边最近可多了不少魔物呢，虽然实力都不强就是了。
Seeing your relative's sudden request was a bit unreasonable, the merchant slapped his
如果
forehead.
有好心人愿意帮助我的话，我会给他一些小小的奖励。
Yeah. He held it one hand and waved it in front of you. 5 gold coins?
您未免把我们琥珀天平的商人想得太抠门了些。是500金。
500 gold coins. Okay.
500金币对于这种委托而言，可不是小数目呢。
Sure, we'll take it.
而且诡谲之地也不是什么危险的地方。
The gazes of both Erin and the strange merchant were fixed on you. You felt like you were carrying too much expectation. You planned to go to the Eerie Lands anyway. Just taking a look shouldn't cause any trouble. Well, you'll let take a look.
非常感谢你。对不起，我在上一次委托中受了伤，暂时没办法剧烈行动。
明明该是我感谢才对。小姐，你不要擅自插入别人的对话中呀。总之，我的宝贝们就拜托你们2位了。
Okay. With Lilith's explanation, you learned the Eerie Lands was the name for the forest southeast of Marigold Town, also where you two first met. She seems particularly excited when mentioning this.
原本这里应该是没什么魔物的，不过因为黑雾扩散的原因，许多森林深处的魔物也跑到这边了呢。
Black Nest. Why'd I keep forgetting to ask about it? Whatever, that's not important.
你可以将其理解为一种病毒。人类一旦被黑雾感染，就会癫狂、胡言乱语，乃至过激伤人。
Okay.
更详细的，其实我也不太清楚。不过，遭到黑雾感染的魔物被称为隐化魔物。这些魔物比普通的凶多了，如果被它们伤到，很有可能也会感染。
Okay. Somewhere in the depths of your memory, there seems to be an image of such pitch black, bottomless fog enveloping you. Seeing you maintain your silence, she softens her tone.
你也不用太担心了，我可以保护你哦。毕竟我的剑术还算不错啦。
Okay. Indeed, you'd seen Lilith's fighting style, elegant, graceful, and explosively powerful movements. Though you hadn't seen other adventurers fight, you instinctively sensed Lilith was probably a genius in combat.
除了哥布林之外，还是有蛮多魔物生活在这里的。
Okay. You nodded, like these adorable round monsters that have suddenly appeared before you and Lilith. Oh, it's a pouring. Oh. Okay. I think we killed the back one first, huh? Yeah, he's probably going to die next turn. He will die, like, on the next round. If we do a blade dance on you...
打中要害了呢。
Big crit. No? Not dead? Alright. Your sword was covering pouring slime. You gripped the hilt and shook it, trying to clean it off. The way you'd held your sword, the feeling of fighting alongside someone, and those three words lingering in your mind before you woke. Morphean paradox. Lilith, did you know about the Morphean paradox? Lilith stared at you, lost in thought for a moment, and then walked towards you. Oh. The shrinking distance made you instinctively step back. You stepped on a protruding rock and nearly stumbled.
从最开始你就在提这3个字呢。你真的什么都不记得了吗？
I'm afraid I don't.
但你却记得逐梦者。没关系，我跟你保证过的，会帮你找到逐梦者。
Okay.
找回你的记忆。
She takes a step back, restoring the distance.
唉，也别失望嘛。虽然你什么都不记得了，不过打起魔物来就有一手呢。
Lilith said this while gently patting your shoulder. A somewhat familiar, high-pitched female voice cut into your conversation.
所以我们当初为什么要连夜赶路啊？
It's Megamin!
该死的波灵，从我们的货物上滚开！
Uh-oh. Sounds like the adventurers escorting the cargo run into trouble, huh?
亚运行程卡得这么紧，不走夜路根本没办法按期交付啊！要是延误了货物交付，那群琥珀天平的混蛋们绝对会直接把我们放到他们的天平上，让按重量卖掉。
Catching the key words, you and Lilith exchanged a glance and hurried towards the source of the voices.
啊！我新买的防具被搞得黏糊糊的，好恶心啊！
哎，我再给你买新的，现在先想办法离开这儿。
该死的，我这被粘液粘住，动不了了。
Through the gaps in the trees, you can see a group of round monsters of various shapes making cute purring sounds while mercilessly attacking two adventurers. It seems you successfully completed the first half of the commission, but were you sure you want to rush out and help right now? Help them. Seeing two adventurers you briefly met about to be defeated by the porrings, you didn't hesitate to raise your sword and charge forward. So fast, Lilith didn't even have time to say anything. Damn, porrings, let go of that adventurer. It's fating time, guys. Hit him with the big damage to start with. And I think we can hit this one with a blade dance, actually. Just kill it. Yeah, we can just outright kill that one. That's a better idea. Because, like, the thing is, instead of fannying around, like, trying to bleed an enemy out, why not just go for the kill? You know, it's much more efficient. Yeah, there we go. The two rescued adventurers thank you profusely, especially the male adventurer who grabbed your hand and shook it vigorously.
我就知道你是个好人，太感谢了！你又一次让我们避免了被洛马克，和洛马克破产的风险。哎，对了，我叫安德，他就是洛马克。今后在进展镇上有事尽管来找我们，我们一定会帮忙的。
Andrew and Romark. All right. You explain the situation you encountered in front of the guild service center.
哎呀，我就说你走得太慢了，搞得艾琳差点来找我们。
哎，我的精力没有你那么充沛，已经连续工作1周了。
为了最新的家用魔导器，我可是在为我们的生活质量而奋斗呢。
我明白的，我也会努力的。我们快把货物送回去吧，不然天黑了还没送到，委托金肯定要折价。是的呢，2位帮我们省下了一大笔赔偿金。琥珀天平的商人应该等急了，我们就先走一步了。
You watch the two of them leave.
总之，我们的第一个委托，应该算是委托吧，完成的很顺利呢。趁着还没有更多的魔物被吸引过来，我们得赶紧离开，找一处方便生活的地方。
Okay.
我可以给你做一些专供野外冒险者的特色美食哦。
Oh, please do, Lilith. You hadn't walked very far before luckily finding a spot suitable for camping.
这个地方不错，背风有水源，而且应该不会被袭击，可以放心的过一晚了。
Okay. She grinned and waved the pouring meat at you. The meat was generous. It looked more like a lump of translucent jelly that probably wouldn't sit well.
咬起来 QQ 弹弹，软中带韧，划过喉咙的时候，更是像果冻一样丝滑无阻呢。
She's so wholesome.
相信我，只要吃过一次，你就忘不掉这种感觉了。
Between the flickering flames, Lilith threaded the so-called pouring meat onto a whittled stick. Her movements were gentle, as if we were doing something important. Okay. Because of your helmet's obstruction, you moved almost to the edge of the campfire to get a better view.
别凑那么近，会被烟熏到眼睛的。
Oh, I'm sorry. But I can't see clearly from far away.
是因为头盔的关系？那摘下来试试。
But I'm a Goblin Slayer reference. That makes sense. You gently lift the helmet, trying to remove it. At that moment, a sharp tearing sensation rips through your neck. Intense pain made you break out in a cold sweat. You grab the helmet's edge, but even a slight tug sent the sharp tearing sensation through your neck. You had to abandon the idea.
没事吧？你还好吗？不好意思啊，我不知道头盔是无法摘下的。
Oh, that's okay, girly pop. It's alright. I'm fine, but strangely, I never thought about taking it off before. Normally, you wouldn't feel a thing no matter how hard you fell, but right now the armor felt like part of your head's flesh. Removing it forcibly like cutting off a piece of yourself.
没事就好，既然你喜欢，就这样戴着也不错，还挺有趣。话说回来，之前的提议考虑好了吗？
We formed a guild? Sure.
和我一起组建工会吧。有了工会，我们就可以接委托，期间不断提升工会声望，最终一定可以认识到形形色色的朋友。
Okay.
这样一来，不管是逐梦者还是记忆，都手到擒来。
That sounds good to me.
而且，我们也要挣钱吃饭嘛。
Yes.
你觉得呢？
No, we do need to do that. The girl busied herself tidying up the campfire and the monster remains waiting for your answer. Her words are like a stone dropping into a well, sending ripples through your heart. But in the churning water, you can't find the answers you're looking for. She doesn't push the subject, turning her gaze back to the campfire.
波灵肉只需要稍微烤一烤，让肉的表面焦化就可以吃啦。
Okay.
就像溏心蛋一样，蛋白柔嫩，蛋黄刚刚凝固时最为美味。好了，来吃吃看吧。
You look at the skewer of slime meat pushed into your hand, its surface charred black from the smoke. You haven't even eaten it yet, but you already feel like it's going to be hard to swallow. Eat the slime meat. Thinking about your dream becoming a great adventure, and the hardships you might face in the future, you steer yourself, close your eyes, and take a big bite of the slime. Your teeth meet slight resistance at first, then quickly break through with brute force, cutting through the semi-solidified texture and clamping together. You bite off a chunk of porring meat, silky and jelly-like. Without any help from your tongue, it melted on its own and slid down into your stomach. Other than the bland taste and lack of seasoning, you can hardly find any faults with it. Oh, it's British food. The taste is actually pretty good.
我就知道你会喜欢的。
Yes. With you and Lilith's combined effort, the last traces of the slimes in this world are soon wiped clean. The flames dance before your eyes, stretching and warping your and Lilith's shadows across the forest clearing. After a day's journey, weariness washes over you like a tide. Lilith wraps her thin cloak tight her and curls up like a cat afraid of the cold. Drape cloak over Lilith. You unfasten your cloak and gently lay it over her shoulders. You move quietly, but she seems to sense something, murmuring softly. You lean in trying to catch her words. Lilith buries her face into your cloak and her voice fades away. Oh, she's snoozing. The firelight illuminates her unguarded face. Watching her sleeping features bathed in warm light, something in you stirs as if brushed by a feather. Falling guild, Lilith? Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I admit, something just skipped then. The night is long, whether or not you reached out, the moment of silence and closeness has already seeped into the cracks of your memory. The flames still dance and tomorrow's a new day. Okay. Warm blood trickled down from your forehead, carrying a metallic sweetness like rust as it slid past your nose, pulling into a dark red puddle at your feet. You look down. In that pool of blood, you saw not only your bloodstained helmet, but also a shadow standing behind you, appearing from nowhere. Its face was blurred beyond recognition, but its lips moved slowly. You fought through the piercing buzz in your head and finally made out these words. The forest of silver shallots. And the Morphean paradox should never have existed. I will banish every last one of you. Uh-oh. You jolted awake. Last night's campfire had died out. A hazy morning light shrouded everything around you, the sky not yet fully bright. You rubbed your forehead, your vision still clouded with drowsiness. The Morphean paradox, what exactly is that? Suddenly a face appeared right in front of you, pulling your consciousness completely out of the dream. It was just a dream.
早上好。
Hello.
来，莉莉丝的今日特供饮品完成了。
Oh, thank you. Thank you kindly. A warm cup was pressed into your hands, its heat smoothed away the cold sweat in your palms, making you instinctively grip it tighter.
只要喝一口，再顽固的噩梦也会乖乖溜走哦。
Oh, good. The warm tea carried a citrus-like sweetness with a hint of spice, sliding from your parched tongue into your empty stomach. Warmth spread through you, and the grassy aroma seemed to dispel the fog lingering in your mind.
怎么样？是不是舒服多了？要再来一杯吗？
Yeah, maybe. You handed the cup back, watching as Lilith added fresh lemongrass leaves. Lemongrass in tea, that's interesting. The leaves swirled gently in the tea, releasing a faint green trace. The colour was vibrant as new spring buds, carrying a lively fragrance, so different from the blood red in your dream. Maybe it wasn't just a dream. In the dream, someone mentioned the Morphean paradox in the forest of silver shallots. Who am I really? Were those my memories? After hearing this, Lilith chuckled softly and handed you the refilled cup.
失忆对你来说并不一定是坏事。
If you say so.
也许是触发了你身体的某种自我保护机制。
I chose to lose my memories to protect myself?
说到底，记忆并不总是记录真实，它们被影响、重启，
Okay.
最后变成了无聊的回溯叙事，充斥着符号的建构，维持着误认。 一笔勾销的感觉也不错吧？
I mean, kind of, I guess.
而且支撑你存在、继续活动的记忆，不是保存的很完好吗？
I mean, yeah, I guess so. She had a point. You hadn't lost your memories of events. You still remember how to speak and live. Thanks for the comfort. Feel a bit better. She nods at you with a smile.
说起来，之前的提议考虑好了吗？
Yes, I'm ready. She leaned close to you, her hair tips brushing against
要
your
不
cheek.
要和我一起组建工会呢？
After a night of thinking, you've already come to your own answer about this proposal. I accept. Beyond that, you had a gut feeling. Don't know why, but when I'm with you, I feel like everything will work out, so I accept. Thank you for the invitation. She smiles with eyes narrowed, looking as if she knew all along you'd agree.
那从现在开始，我们就是同伴了，对吧？
From now we're companions? Yes. The word echoed in your heart, yet felt as though there were a thin mist between you and its meaning. Oh, that's nice. Her white hair cascaded like flowing snow into your cold silver breastplate, and that small space seemed to block out all the noise in the world. Only her heartbeat and warmth silently seep through the armor. Accept. Is this something companions really do? No? Her voice was soft yet clear.
这是莉莉丝与你之间。
Oh, there was a timer on that. I had to react.
好啦，该去干点正事了。我们去服务中心办理工会手续吧。
Okay. You and Lilith walked in silence for what she didn't seem to mind. Accompanied by her humming, you soon arrived at the service centre entrance. There seemed to be a quest board on the window, and on the wall near the reception area there were even signs about service ratings and complaint channels. It was much livelier here than you'd imagined.
这里虽然叫做工会服务中心，但它实际上也承办一些便民服务，比如给居民开具通行信息、更换补办证件之类的。
Besides adventurers, there were also some residents in ordinary clothes. Everyone seemed to get along well.
啊，两位热心的冒险者，请留步。我就知道你们一定会来这里的。
Okay. The amber scales merchant had hired you before made his way through the crowd with unhurried steps, approaching with a smile and a warm greeting.
多亏了二位，我的货物才能如期到手。
Okay.
这份引荐书就当是我的谢礼，我想你们应该用得上。
Okay.
有了我们琥珀天平的推荐，工会在注册金额上多少会给你一些优惠。
You love to see it. The moment you hear discount, your eyes lit up. You quickly extended your hands to receive the letter of introduction from the merchant. This is great, we really need something like this. Looked up, gaze sweeping over the merchant's crisp, expensive outfit. Fabric so smooth it didn't have a single wrinkle, and a thought quietly flashed through your mind. Can you invest in us? Ah. Tried to tidy up your appearance, hoping to look as presentable as this well-groomed merchant. Unfortunately, after a whole night, the slime from those bloblings had dried into stubborn stains in your armor that simply wouldn't come off. So the impeccably dressed amber scales merchant simply exchanged a few polite words with you before courteously moving towards his parting remarks.
希望将来还有机会与两位合作，告辞了。
The amber scales merchant nodded politely at you before leaving.
真好呢，有这张引荐书在，应该能省下一大笔钱了。
Yes.
算上之前攒下的资金。对了，我这就去把它们取出来。我就去旁边的柜台操作，你在这里等等我哦。
Okay. Lilith quickly dashed to a nearby counter. While she handled her business, you figured you could gather some information around the service centre. Check out the quest board. You walk past clusters of adventurers gathered here and there and making your way to the quest board against the wall. Besides the usual quest postings, subjugations, missing persons, item retrieval, there was also a section specifically for newsletters. That wanted poster again. The same Callan Scarlet wanted poster you'd seen on the street walls appeared here too. The difference was that a newspaper clipping had been pasted above the wanted poster. Wanted criminal Callan Scarlet is suspected of manipulating shadowed monsters to attack civilians. Silver Griffin Dawn playing Garrison Captain Wilson coolly repulsed the monsters. The rest of the content was mostly sensationalized coverage around the headline, on one hand emphasizing how dangerous the wanted criminal Callan was, on the other showing the writer's fervent admiration for this Wilson. Okay. You realise that this Wilson was a central figure in the small town. He seemed to hold considerable prestige. Might be an opportunity. You realise if you can get to know Wilson, could undoubtedly be an opportunity. If you get acquainted with someone like him, both your daily life and your search for your memories are probably much easier. Listen to conversations. Okay, so they're discussing something. To hide eavesdropping as much as possible, slowly move behind a large potted plant, pretend to admire the street outside the window.
哎，今天大清早，我一开门就看到威尔逊先生和他的部队从镇子外面回来，他还向我打了个招呼。
Okay.
盔甲上湿漉漉的，都是露水，恐怕又是巡逻了一个通宵吧。
All right.
多亏有了威尔逊先生，我们金盏镇的治安才这么好。换成其他大老爷，才不会管这些事呢。
是呀，那个通缉犯是叫卡莲吧？也只有威尔逊先生才会这么努力的抓捕了。
How could Mr. Wilson?
毕竟他的脸蛋确实很可爱呀，有人下不去手也是人之常情吧。
Lilith's standing with a small package, waiting for quite a while.
你跑到哪里去了？我差点就要去接待台借用长生魔法找你了。
Her expression was like mothers chasing after runaway kids. I tried to gather some information. Everyone here seems to really like Wilson. Looks like you got some useful info. Okay. Most people really like shapeshifters, and through them they're also liked.
没错，人类和魔王军的战争好像永远打不完。自从威尔逊从前线退到金盏镇，这里的人们就从这位大英雄身上看到了什么。毕竟金盏镇并不大嘛。
She strokes through the old document, seemingly thinking about something.
看来之后的委托应该会顺利不少。
Okay, no one's. She shakes a bag of coins in her hand, making a clinking sound.
好啦，资金已就位，我们去找招待员小姐办理业务吧。
Okay. At the counter, we see several people. Looking around, we see a refined and glamorous shopkeeper in front of a small shop.
欢迎，不论您是普通人、冒险者、伊赛亚信徒科研人员，工会服务中心都会为您提供诚挚服务。我们想要建立工会，可以麻烦帮我们办理一下手续吗？
Okay.
这边收到您需要建立新工会的诉求了，您稍等。
She's tapping away behind the counter, then hands over an application form.
成立工会需要5000金币，确认无误后，请在这里填写相关信息，并进行支付。
Okay. Hearing the required amount, the usually composed Lilith suddenly froze in place.
5000吗？我记得之前还是2000来着。前线战况有变，王国根据整体情况，对工会建立的缴纳金额上调了3000金币。
That's not ideal. Lilith's hand rubbed back and forth in a small coin pouch. Receptionist seems to have seen the situation many times before. Her smile doesn't waver.
工会服务中心也提供借贷服务。
Are we going into debt already? Fuck, man. Alright. Before you could reply, the crystal in front of the receptionist emits a series of beeping sounds. She looks to check and lets out a puzzled murmur.
对2位的面部扫描结果出来了。这位穿着盔甲的先生是自由冒险者，但这位名为莉莉丝的小姐似乎有一个被冻结的工会。
Oh? Frozen Guild? What do you mean?
工会名是 Hughes Cross。 可是查不到任何信息，涉及到的人和相关财产，全部都是莉莉丝小姐。看来您现在无法出任新工会的会长呢。
哦，
没关系，要成为会长的是这位哦。
Wait, guild leader?
我不是说了吗？你和我一起组建工会呀。
Okay.
我特意把你放在主语的最前面，你也默认同意了，不是吗？
I guess. An absurd word game.
不过继承冻结的工会的话，就不需要支付缴纳金了。
That's curious.
那这位会长大人，是贷款建立新工会，还是直接继承莉莉丝小姐原有的工会呢？
Let's inherit the guild. Oh, I think I have a letter of introduction from the Amber Scales. Shopkeeper pressed the button on the counter and flashed a more full smile.
原来是受到琥珀天平推荐的工会。在成立工会需要缴纳的费用上，我们可以给您提供一些优惠。
Okay. Kind of wonder about the origins of its organization. Okay. Let's inherit Lilith's guild. I'll inherit the Hui Close guild. Saves a registration fee, quite a good deal. Yet you vaguely feel something isn't quite right.
好的，这边经过系统审查 ，Youth 工会旗下有一笔3000金币的贷款。
Still in fucking debt.
这边的贷款部分也一并继承了。根据最新的格里芬律法，
Shit.
超期无法偿还会导致工会解散哦。
Wait, doesn't it still cost 3,000 gold?
不好意思，这是上面的规定。
Okay.
不过您有琥珀天平的推荐信，这笔缴纳金可以折半。
Oh, good.
毕竟缴纳方就是琥珀天平呀。两位的工会还有别的成员吗？
Okay.
暂时没有呢。那请允许我提醒两位，务必在1个月内找到至少3名工会成员，确保工会总人数不低于5人啊。
Okay.
啊，这条新规又是什么时候出的？
When was the new guild formed?
和缴纳金额上调同步颁布的呢。目的是为了杜绝闲散人士借工会之名偷税漏税的不法行为。
Okay.
所以，两位如果不能在1个月内招募足够的成员，工会将被强制解散。
In an instant, the situation has become one of those huge holes. Already in debt with no way out. Alright, whatever.
那么二位，给新工会取个名字吧。
Yes. Pacific Rim United Defense. Yeah. Police Coast position
没
then.
问题，立马为您办理啊。用原来的名字，没关系吗？取个你喜欢的也可以哦。
You sure, Lilith? I think the original was quite interesting.
那就听你的吧，会长。
Alright. Seemed a bit excited and also felt it.
这边核查到莉莉丝小姐的名下似乎有一处工会房产，
Guild room?
是否需要一并转移到您的工会下呢？
Yes, please.
当然，只是房产解冻需要1个工作日，不过基本上今晚你们就可以入住了。
Okay.
没什么其他问题的话，这里是如何成立一个好工会指南手册，请您收好。
Ow. Oh, ow. Shopkeeper hands you an information card and a field manual.
不管怎样，工会总算成立了，不如一起看看这本指南吧。
Oh boy. Oh, excuse me. Looking at the exquisitely bound pamphlet, I didn't really bother reading the dozens of pages detailing all the guild regs. Demon Lord Seal. With the Demon Lord Seal area, the higher the risk level, the more rewards adventurers get. Commission and fairness? Difficulty depends on the commitment's assessment of the threat, goal being fair distribution. Adventurer standards. For safety, all adventurers must follow committee orders and share the Demon Lord's Seal. So adventurers can just eat and drink freely.
当然啦，而且一个人没有同伴也是很危险的事情呢。虽然还是会有不少人会选择在灰色地带游走呢。
Okay. I'll accept my first commission. Manual's already been read. Thinking about what the shopkeeper mentioned about having a place. Let's take a break. Moment peace and the fragrance of tea.
工会涉及的房产需要一点时间解冻，服务中心的人正过去拆封条。
Okay.
还有一段时间，不如在镇子里逛一逛。毕竟以后这里就是大本营了，我们可得好好熟悉一下才行呢。
Okay. The busy moments leave little time for leisure. I already feel like going out to explore. Oh, let's just save and see what happens. Ah, okay, it's just saved. Right. I am going to wrap things up there if you don't mind, guys. Because, I am exhausted. So, let me pull over here. One minute. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to make sure that's, like, save progress and whatnot. Because, like, we didn't have a manual save point there. Continue. Yes, it has. It has done. Right, good. The auto save's pretty robust, actually. Okay. Right, so that was fun. That was fun. I'm sorry that it got off to a rough start, but like I got quite into that in the end. Okay. Right, let me just copy that. I'm gonna put that there. Right, so Ace Attorney tomorrow, guys. We're back to it at long fucking last. We're back to Ace Attorney. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna wrap things up really quick tonight because I'm so tired. I need to get some rest. Alright. So I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow for AA. Saturday, don't forget, we're going to play Star Fox all the way through all routes. That should be interesting, at least. And yeah, I mean, beyond that, I hope you have a good rest of your day, whatever time it is for you. I'm going to go and get some sleep. Alright, so until next time, take care, and have a good one, alright? See you then.